The Power of Now, a profound work by Eckhart Tolle, has captivated millions worldwide. It guides us to a place of liberation and peace, the present moment. Tolle's teachings emphasize the importance of transcending the ego, our mind's incessant chatter, to access this transformative power. By living fully in the now, we unlock true joy, peace, and enlightenment. This summary delves into the essence of Tolle's message. We will explore the book's core principles and their practical applications in our daily lives. Get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Embrace the power of now. The power of now identifies the ego as the primary source of our suffering. Eckhart Tolle, the author, delves deep into the nature of the ego and how it shapes our perception of reality. He explains that the ego is not just a part of us, it is a construct that we have come to identify with so strongly that it dictates our emotions and actions. Our ego is the voice in our head. It's that incessant chatter that never seems to stop, always commenting, judging, and comparing. This voice is so familiar that we often mistake it for our true self. It's a constant stream of thoughts about the past and future. These thoughts can be about anything: regrets from our past mistakes, worries about what might happen tomorrow, or even fantasies about how things could be different. This relentless focus on what was and what could be keeps us from living in the now. This incessant mental chatter keeps us trapped in a cycle of negativity. We become prisoners of our own minds, unable to break free from the loop of negative thinking. This cycle can lead to feelings of frustration, sadness, and even despair. We dwell on past regrets and anxieties about the future. These thoughts can be so consuming that they overshadow the present moment, making it difficult for us to appreciate the here and now. We become so caught up in what has been and what might be that we miss out on the beauty and opportunities of the present. This prevents us from experiencing the present moment fully. When we are constantly distracted by our thoughts, we are not truly present. We miss out on the simple joys of life, like the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds chirping, or the laughter of a loved one. Tolle argues that our identification with this ego is the root cause of our unhappiness. By identifying with our thoughts and emotions, we create a false sense of self that is separate from the present moment. This false self is always seeking validation, always wanting more, and never satisfied. We believe we are our thoughts and emotions. This belief is so ingrained that we rarely question it. We think that if we are feeling sad, then we must be a sad person. If we are feeling anxious, then we must be an anxious person. But Tolle suggests that these thoughts and emotions are not who we truly are. This creates a false sense of self that is separate from the present moment. This false self is always looking for something outside of itself to feel complete. It believes that happiness and fulfillment can be found in external things like possessions, achievements, or the approval of others. This separation leads to fear, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment. When we are disconnected from the present moment, we are disconnected from our true selves. This disconnection creates a sense of emptiness and longing that can never be satisfied by external things. To break free from this cycle of suffering, we must learn to detach from our ego. This means becoming aware of the voice in our head and recognizing it for what it is. Just a voice, not our true self. By observing our thoughts without judgment, we can begin to see them for what they are, fleeting and impermanent. We must become observers of our thoughts. This practice of mindfulness allows us to create a space between our true self and our thoughts. In this space, we can choose how to respond to our thoughts rather than being controlled by them. This allows us to see them for what they are, simply thoughts, not our true selves. By detaching from our ego, we can begin to experience the present moment more fully and find a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. Time, according to Tolle, is a significant illusion that perpetuates our suffering. We spend most of our lives trapped in the past or worrying about the future. This prevents us from experiencing the fullness of the present moment. The past is gone. It exists only as memories in our minds. The future is uncertain. It is a projection of our thoughts and desires. The only reality is the now. By focusing on the present moment, we break free from the constraints of time. We tap into a realm of infinite possibilities. In this space, we find true peace and liberation. The present moment is the key to unlocking our full potential and living a fulfilling life. It is the only place where life truly exists. Tolle emphasizes that the present moment is not merely a point in time, it is a state of being. It is about fully engaging with whatever is happening right now. To embrace the present moment, we must cultivate a sense of presence. We must learn to observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. This allows us to experience life with a sense of openness and acceptance. Section 5. The essence of mindfulness. Mindfulness is a central theme in The Power of Now. It is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. Mindfulness involves observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they arise. We do this without getting carried away by them. Through mindfulness, we become aware of the present moment's richness. We notice the beauty in everyday experiences. We appreciate the simple things we often take for granted. This heightened awareness brings a sense of peace and contentment. Section 6. Practical Techniques, Living in the Now. In this chapter, we delve into the essence of living in the present moment, a concept that can transform our daily lives. The Power of Now offers practical techniques to help us live more fully in the present moment. These techniques are simple yet profound, and they can be integrated into our daily routines to bring about a sense of peace and clarity. One of the most powerful techniques is to focus on our breath. This practice, often referred to as mindful breathing, allows us to center our thoughts and bring our awareness back to the present. Our breath is a constant anchor to the present moment. No matter where we are or what we are doing, our breath is always with us, providing a steady rhythm that we can tune into. By paying attention to our breath, we can calm our minds and become more present. This simple act of focusing on our inhalation and exhalation can reduce stress and anxiety, helping us to feel more grounded. Another technique is to engage our senses fully. Our senses are powerful tools that can draw us into the present moment, allowing us to experience life more vividly. When we eat, we can savor each bite. By paying close attention to the flavors, textures, and aromas of our food, we can transform a simple meal into a rich sensory experience. When we walk, we can feel the ground beneath our feet. Whether it's the soft grass, the cool sand, or the solid pavement, each step can be a reminder of our connection to the earth. By immersing ourselves in sensory experiences, we ground ourselves in the now. This practice helps us to break free from the constant chatter of our minds and to fully engage with the world around us. Tolle also emphasizes the importance of acceptance. Acceptance is about embracing the present moment as it is, without trying to change it or wishing it were different. We must learn to accept whatever arises in the present moment without resistance. This means acknowledging our thoughts, feelings, and circumstances without judgment or criticism. This doesn't mean we have to like or approve of everything. Acceptance is not about passive resignation. It's about recognizing reality and responding to it with clarity and wisdom. It simply means we acknowledge it without judgment. By doing so, we free ourselves from the burden of resistance and open ourselves to the possibilities of the present moment. Living in the now is a practice that requires patience and dedication, but the rewards are profound. It allows us to experience life more fully with greater peace and joy. Section 7. Transforming pain and suffering. The Power of Now doesn't deny the existence of pain and suffering. Instead, it offers a new perspective on how to deal with them. Tolle argues that most of our suffering is self-created. It stems from our resistance to what is. When we resist our pain, we amplify it. We give it more power over us. However, when we accept our pain, we create space for healing and transformation. This acceptance allows us to move through our pain, rather than becoming stuck in it. Section 8. Cultivating inner peace and joy. Living in the present moment brings a sense of inner peace and joy that is independent of external circumstances. When we are present, we are not attached to outcomes. We are not swayed by the ups and downs of life. This inner peace is not a passive state of being. It is a dynamic state of presence and awareness. It is a state of being fully alive and engaged in the present moment. Section 9. Real-life examples. The power of presence. Imagine you are stuck in traffic. The cars around you are barely moving and the minutes feel like hours. You glance at the clock and your frustration begins to build. The honking horns and the endless sea of brake lights only add to your growing irritation. You feel your anger and frustration rising. Your grip on the steering wheel tightens and your body tenses up. You start to think about all the things you could be doing if you weren't stuck here. But what if instead of letting these feelings take over, you decided to practice the principles of the power of now? By doing so, you can choose to shift your perspective. You can take a deep breath and bring your attention to the present moment. You can focus on your breath, notice the sensations in your body, and accept the situation as it is. Feel the rise and fall of your chest, the beating of your heart, and the contact of your body with the seat. These small acts of mindfulness can transform your experience. This doesn't mean you suddenly enjoy being stuck in traffic. It means you choose not to let it ruin your peace. You acknowledge the situation without resistance and find a sense of calm amidst the chaos. It means you choose not to let it ruin your peace. You might even find a moment of gratitude for the unexpected pause in your day, a chance to listen to your favorite music or an interesting podcast, or picture yourself worrying about an upcoming presentation. The thought of standing in front of an audience makes your heart race. You start to imagine all the things that could go wrong. Your mind races with anxious thoughts. You worry about forgetting your lines, stumbling over your words, or not being able to answer questions. The more you think about it, the more anxious you become. By bringing your attention to the present moment, you can calm your mind. Take a few deep breaths and feel the air filling your lungs. Let go of the future and focus on the now. You can focus on your preparation and trust in your ability to handle the situation. Review your notes, practice your speech, and remind yourself of your strengths. By staying present, you can reduce your anxiety and approach the presentation with confidence. These examples illustrate how the principles of the power of now can be applied in everyday life to cultivate peace, presence, and joy. Whether you're stuck in traffic or facing a challenging situation, staying present can help you navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and grace. Embrace the power of presence and discover the peace that comes from living in the moment. Section 10, the path to enlightenment. The power of now suggests that living in the present moment is not merely a self-help strategy. It is a spiritual path. By transcending the ego and embracing the now, we connect with our true nature. We tap into a realm of infinite possibilities and experience a profound sense of unity with all that is. This state of enlightenment is not a distant goal. It is available to us in every moment. It is a matter of shifting our perspective and embracing the power of now. Section 11, Conclusion. Embracing the transformative power of now. The power of now offers a profound message for anyone seeking peace, happiness, and fulfillment. By embracing the present moment, we can break free from the chains of our ego and experience the joy of being fully alive. The principles outlined in this book are not merely intellectual concepts. They are practical tools that we can apply in our daily lives to transform our experience of ourselves and the world around us. The journey begins with a single step, the decision to embrace the power of now.